We appreciate you being here, since this program is optional and discusses best practices for your consideration. If you are thinking of adopting any of them, please make sure to review the requirements in your area or region with your broker, branch manager, or manager, including those related to contacting consumers. We do want to highlight the importance of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, better known as TCPA. The general rules are that it's okay to call people if the person recently gave you their phone number, but remember to check the DNC list regularly if they haven't spoken to that person or contacted the lead in a while. You will also want to check the DNC lists anytime you don't have express permission. Automated calling and texting platforms should never be used. Pre-recorded messages and artificial voices should never be used. You will be personally liable for any violations of the TCPA.
This workshop is in between listings. What should I do? The agenda of this workshop and what we will cover. First, we're going to talk about taking a business audit of your last listing, as well as a business audit of your database. 3, communication with your audience and some recommendations there. 4, other tactics to build business between listings. And 5, some key takeaways from this workshop. We will explore marketing tactics to leverage when you do not have a listing. And the goal is to stay proactive and prepared with tips and strategies for maintaining momentum and engagement between listings. The value proposition for this workshop, we will go through the basic steps of creating a strategic marketing plan that does not revolve around listing marketing, so you can keep your business moving forward and get that next deal. All right, so regarding your last listing, when you start to develop a marketing strategy, it's great to understand what has worked in the past and where you are now. So if you don't know where you are, it's difficult really to figure out how to get where you're going with that next listing. So we've got a couple of questions here that we want for you to ask yourselves to help with this exercise. One would be, when was your last listing? So what time of the year? Maybe there's a certain part of the season, earlier in the year or in the middle of the year. When was your last listing? And take note of that. Where did that listing come from? Was it word of mouth? Where were you doing some prospecting through a mailer or through email? And that lead came to you that way. Where did the listing come from? Take note of all that information. How did you meet this person? Maybe it was someone that you know through your sphere of influence, or maybe it was someone at a networking event. Take note of, how did you meet this person? What worked well during that listing? So maybe it was the marketing plan. It went really smoothly. You used Listing Concierge and the seller was just really wowed, really happy with the marketing, and that listing sold quickly. What worked well during that listing? And then, of course, coupled with that question is, what did not work well during that listing? Is there any kind of improvements that we can make for our next listing that we've learned from any mistakes or shortcomings? So best practices, guys, is always to create stats for yourself based on all of your listings within the past year or longer to get more data. You really want to be tracking where those listings are coming from and making sure that you're marketing or using those tactics to hit those areas that you know are going to work. Your database. So since real estate is a relationship business, you want to have a clean database of people you know and want to work with as your foundation. We've got some great tools to help support this. One being the Moxie Engage tool on CB Desk. It is in the Moxie Works tile. And 2 is the Prospect Square tile as well. What we recommend with both of these tools, if you've got your database in them, is to remove any outdated contacts. You've got contacts that are, no longer have correct information. Maybe the email's not working or the phone number is out of date. We really want to just remove those directly from your database and do some cleanup. Update any contacts. So yeah, maybe you have an email address that no longer works, but you have a phone number. Give them a call. What a great opportunity to touch base, say hi, and get an updated email so that you can update their contact record in your database. And lastly, reassess groups. So if you have certain groups in there, maybe it's an area you're farming or a group of agents that you're reaching out consistently, go through those lists, those groups, and figure out if there's any cleanup that you need to do there as well, or if you just should remove the group in general. Moving on to current communications. So review how you currently communicate with your audience and ask yourself a couple of these questions here. What do I do to stay in touch with my clients or leads? Do I send out emails? If you do, how often and what are you sending out? Are they working? Go in. Analytics is super important when it comes to communication. Go in and see those stats and see if folks are unsubscribing, if they're clicking or opening up your emails, and which of the emails are they doing that with? Are they engaging more with a certain topic, a targeted email, or a more generic email? Do you contact people? So how often and what are you talking about? Are you reaching out through text message and phone? Are you kind of doing that old school method? Or are you reaching out through social media or more of a digital approach? How often and what are you talking about? What are the talking points that resonate with your audience? Do I meet with people in person? So how often, where, and how do you meet? Are you going to the Starbucks and handing out your business cards? Are you participating in local networking events or community events, fundraisers? Where is sort of your sweet spot when it comes to meeting people that will hopefully generate that next listing? Do I post on social media? Hopefully you are. If you don't know by now, we're big advocates with social media and the importance of it. Think of it just as a big megaphone to disseminate your news and information. So we definitely want you to post on social media. Where are you posting? So what platform is it? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? How often? And what are you posting? We've got some real great best practices for you guys on CB Desk. There is a section under the marketing tab on the left-hand side sidebar menu and social media. If you go there, you will see an awesome social media guide for agents. Great resource put together by our exceptional social media team. They walk you through some best practices, when you should be posting, and what kind of content you should be posting. There's also a social media audit, self-audit. So you can click on that. And if you've been posting for a while now on social media, you can kind of go through and figure out if you're doing things the right way or if there's some improvement that can be made there as well. So I implore you to take advantage of those awesome resources on Desk, again, under the marketing tab and clicking on the social media tab. And then lastly here, do I send out mailers? So where and how often? Maybe it's to an area that you're farming and you're consistently sending out one a month or mailing a month to that area. Or maybe it's every couple of months. With everything that we cover in marketing, we always recommend taking a holistic approach to marketing. So a little bit of everything works and being consistent. So especially with mailers, you want to make sure that you're hitting them often in a timely manner and just be very consistent. Tools to help you guys with these initiatives is, again, Moxie Engage. Great tool to go in there. You can create a neighborhood news, which is a nice little market report that goes out once a month to that lead. It's got the listings that are available in their area, actives, pendings, and sold, as well as some just really quick market information, market trend information. It's a great one for open houses. If you're meeting folks at open houses and have those lists and want to nurture and send them a little something of value, the neighborhood news is a wonderful subscription to set them up in Moxie Engage. As well as under campaigns, there are drip campaigns. We call them drip because that's what they do. It's more than one e-blast. It's a couple of emails put together for you. And once you hit the button, you can set it and forget it, and they go out on a schedule. And you will have control over that schedule. You can make it more aggressive or have it go out a little further. Maybe it's once a week or once every 2 weeks. But those messages are already set up for you, the beautiful marketing emails with images and copy. And you're welcome to go in and edit and make some changes and personalize them, but they're all ready for you to go and a great tool to help support your communications. In Prospect Square, that is another tile on desk. There is the monthly newsletter that exists on there. That newsletter is pretty templated, pretty standardized, so you can go in there every month and make a couple of tweaks and get that sent out very quickly. It always goes out the fourth Tuesday of every month, but you have the week before, the entire week before, so starting on the third Tuesday, to be able to go in and edit that newsletter and add your content or links to local events or links to blog posts or stories and tweak it that way as well. And also Clients for Life, that is available in certain metros across the country. Very similar tool. The Marketing Center, another tile on desk, has some great resources as far as social media graphics, things more in the digital spectrum that you can create quickly. They're on brand and you can post them onto social media, as well as the custom video tool that exists in there. So we've got some great templates for you where you can put in a listing, put in a couple photos or even some videos of your listing, and it will have music and a nice template for it to look very professional, like it took you hours to make, and you can quickly edit it, download it, and then post it onto your social or onto your website as well. So keep that in mind. In the Marketing Center tile on desk, you've got some great resources there. And then lastly is Express Docs. So Express Docs is going to be the tile on desk that provides all of the print related materials you might need. So those mailers we talked about, if you're interested in sending out some prospecting, postcards, templates are already in there. They've got some great messaging in place. Just a matter of going through, seeing which one resonates, and then personalizing them with your contact information and anything else you want to include. So great resources from a variety of marketing tactics here, from email to social to print, to really help you with your communications plan. All right. With that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague to continue the presentation for networking.
Thanks. So now that y'all understand where your past deals have come from and where you are with your marketing, it's now time to expand your marketing options. So first off is networking. You want to continue building up your database of leads, potential clients, and that sphere of influence. So you might try spending some time within your community through professional organizations, social organizations, or doing some community service to start meeting new people and expanding that sphere. While you're doing this, it's great to have business cards, which you can get through Express Docs, so that you can pass out your information and make sure folks know your information and can get in contact with you. Another good tip is to get their contact information. That way you can follow up directly with them. You don't have to wait for them to contact you. You can actually be in charge of that reach out and making that connection. And lastly, really make sure to follow up with folks. This is a great way of starting to build up that relationship so people remember your name, so when they're ready to buy or sell, that you are the person that they think of. You can also expand your skill set by learning some great new skills. So think about the skills that your clients are looking for in a real estate agent and start looking for ways to develop those skills through designations, workshops, and incorporate the value that those skills add into your marketing. So we have a few tools that can help you with this, including Coldwell Banker University, which is a tile on desk. We have Coldwell Banker Marketing Workshops as well, which are available on demand on YouTube or also through our portal at coldwellbankermarketingworkshops.com, and the marketing catalog. When you get these designations, when you are learning things through these workshops, it is great if you are able to explain these designations from a client's perspective. So how does that skill set help your clients? You can tell me you're a certified staging professional, but if you can't make that mean something to your client, it will often just be kind of white noise for them. So tell them how those different skill sets actually benefit them in their buying or selling journey. We also have a ton of social media assets. So if you're looking to bolster your social media posting, make it a little bit more professional or just more consistent, we've got stuff ready for you. So make posting professional quality content consistent and easy by leveraging all of these assets, including that custom video tool. So we have a few tools that can help you, including socialmediasignup.com. If you go to this website and type in your information into the form, you'll get an email every Monday with a professional post that you can easily share onto any of your social medias. The social media team does a great job with these. They're very on trend and they're very focused in on the value that you bring to your clients. There's also Marketing Center and the custom video tool, which has a bunch of different templates that you can use to either celebrate holidays, a listing, or any of our recent marketing campaigns. So definitely check out a lot of those. And then there is MarketQuest and the Market Snapshot within MarketQuest. MarketQuest is a way of pulling real estate data in some really lovely reports that are pretty easy to share with folks in your sphere or with clients. And the market snapshot specifically is made for social media. So it shows off 5 data points for an area that you decide in a time frame that you decide. And you can download it as an image and share it on your social media to really show off that you are a market expert in real estate for this area. That you know what's happening in that area and you can explain it to your clients. This is a great, easy way of leveraging the CB tools and your local knowledge. Best practices for when you're posting on social media is to schedule your posts in advance so that you don't forget to do it, right? Y'all are all very busy. And so making sure that you can schedule stuff in advance, make sure that this goes out without you having to remember at 7 a.m. when you've got so much else going on. You also want to be social on social media. There's a reason why it's in the name, and it really makes a difference in your posts and how well they are seen by the people who follow you. So make sure you're going into whatever social media platform you're using, you're liking, commenting, sharing, and engaging with other people on social media. Lastly, you can customize the copy and hashtags that come with any of the social media assets. And this can really help it feel more like you, speak to your brand a little bit more, and to talk to your clients specifically about what issues they might be facing and what value you bring to your specific clients. Updating the hashtags too can help them show up in slightly different places and in front of people slightly differently so that you are getting in front of the clients that you really want to work with in the area that you really want to work in. Are an incredibly important part of building up your credibility. As much as you tell me that you're amazing, if you can have your past clients tell me you're amazing too, I'm much more likely to believe it. So while you're in between listings, take a second and think if you have a process for consistently collecting reviews and then leveraging those reviews to demonstrate your value. There's a bunch of different tools that we have to support this, including your Moxie website, which is a great place to highlight specific testimonials and reviews that you've gotten from past clients. They're very easy to put on there, and there's a specific section that highlights them front and center in your bio. There is also the Moxie Engage tool, which is a great way of being able to send out emails to your past clients, encouraging them to leave you a review on your review site of choice, whether that be your Google business page, whether you just get them via emails or on Zillow. And then lastly, there is Marketing Center. If you're looking to post your testimonials on your social media pages, so Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever that may be, there are very nice templates in Marketing Center where you can take the text of the testimonial and paste it right into this template, download it as an image, and easily share it onto your pages so that all your other people in your sphere and the folks who are following you on social media can see how great other people think you are. So best practices for collecting reviews is to automate the review request through Moxie Engage as much as possible. There is a way of being able to create a custom drip campaign or just a custom campaign so that you can send that drip campaign directly to your past clients, and it will follow up with them, and you can send it to multiple people at the same time. If you are collecting your reviews through Zillow, you can add them to your testimonials page of your Moxie website through the settings of your Moxie website. So there's a setting in Moxie where you can just connect your Zillow page and it will automatically feed in there. There's no copying or pasting necessary. It shows up right away. We also highly recommend sharing your 5-star reviews on your social media, making sure everybody knows that you've gotten this great testimonial, this great review that highlights your value, and that folks really enjoy working with you. And then lastly, make sure to individually respond to each review. This is incredibly important, especially for your Google business page, because Google really prioritizes pages that respond to each review. Plus, your clients are going to feel very special if you are able to respond to their testimonial and thank them individually for it. This is also a great time to update your presentations. So you want to be ready for your next listing or buyer presentation, and updating these presentations now can make sure that you're ready and that they are cohesive, professional, and highlight your unique value proposition. So the best way to do this is through Moxie Present, where there are a bunch of different presentations and different pages that are ready for you to utilize. While you're utilizing Moxie Present, make sure to customize your presentations. So you can add pages from other presentations or custom pages that you've created elsewhere, or remove any pages that don't fit into your presentation. If you don't particularly want to talk about a section of your marketing, or you don't think it's a big value add when you're talking to this particular client, or a particular segment of your clients, you can remove the page. There's no problem with that. You can also want to practice your presentation. After all, practice makes perfect. Lots of folks practice everything that they're doing every day, and this is the major part of your sales tactics, right? So make sure you're practicing. So this is a great opportunity to practice with your managing broker, or to find another agent in the office who's interested in practicing with you, or practice with any friends or family that you have around. Maybe even practice with your dog or cat, just to get used to saying these words so that when you do need to veer off your script, that you're okay and you're ready to do it. Lastly, make sure to update any outdated personal information through your desk profile. If you have a new phone number, if you have any new social media platforms, or you've got a new headshot, make sure you're changing all of that so everything matches your brand and you're not coming in to a very important listing or a buyer presentation with an outdated headshot. So I know we just went through a lot of information, so we want to break it down into some key takeaways and action items. So first, take this opportunity where you do not have a listing to evaluate what worked in the past. Where have you gotten your past deals and how did you get there? Evaluate what marketing you're doing now and how you can improve its effectiveness or leverage other Coldwell Banker tools. Spend most of your marketing time on the tactics that have worked in the past, that you would have figured out based on where you've gotten your past couple listings, those stats that you created through your evaluation of your past deals. You also want to continuously expand your network and your skill set so that you have a larger group of people that you're pulling from for deals. And then lastly, make sure you're ready for your next presentation. Really hone in that presentation so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready to jump at it and really make the most of that lead. Lastly, we have a lot of supporting resources to help you do any of these different tasks or to-dos. So first is the marketing catalog, which is a lovely digital brochure that will lead you to a lot of the other resources we're going to go through next. So this includes live workshops, on-demand workshops, or next available appointments, but it's like a one-stop shop where you can find about everything that you need there. There's also the CBR marketing workshops available at cbrmarketingworkshops.com. TCPA.com, which are live virtual workshops that are taught by field marketing specialists from around the country. And they can give you a really good idea of how to do specific tasks in any of our tools. And these same workshops are often recorded on YouTube on our YouTube channel, which is CBR Marketing Workshops. So you can watch any of those same live virtual workshops at any time of day whenever it meets your schedule. And then lastly, we have next available appointments. So if you're either trying to get something done or want to talk about strategy, there are two different types of next available appointments where you can get help within 2 hours or to 24 hours with a field marketing specialist from around the country. These are virtual and a great way of getting some of your marketing stuff done with the guidance of a field marketing specialist who's ready to help you and can handle any of those kind of quirky questions with any of our tools. Lastly, lean on your marketing team. We are ready to help you put any of these strategies into action. So you can schedule a next available strategy consultation today, which are those 40-minute one-on-one guidance meetings with a field marketing specialist. So you can either get to that by scanning this QR code or going to nextavailableappointment.com. We would love to see you there and love to help you through these strategy conversations and how to do any of these tasks. We're ready to help you. So thank you so much for joining us for this workshop. We hope that you feel ready to take advantage of this time between listings and find that next deal, really hone in on your marketing and, keep building your business.